Let me explain. Let me explain something. Check this out.
You've got to be the change you want to see in the world. Be the change.
Check this out.
You and me, I know I can speak for both of us. I'm assuming Aaron the same, but it's that sense of community. It's the fun that brought us in, and it's also what kept us kind of going and really, motivated to learn more and continue that DeFi journey. Yeah, for me, it's like just because we do financial services, just because we are here to help grow wealth, right, and make help build towards that more just and accessible financial system doesn't mean it can't be fun.
Yeah, we're still people.
We're still people. Speaking of which, poker yesterday, right? I heard there was some shenanigans by Tisk that ended up having him accidentally win the whole thing.
Oh, dude, he was getting the heart of the cards, man. He was killing it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, he was like, I was just trying to lose, and he couldn't lose. Sounded like
he could not lose, bro.
It sounded like how Mr. Pappy plays poker.
Yeah, he channeled Pappy. That's what happened. He was just channeling his inner Pappy.
Yeah. I still love that everyone calls me Pappy because no one wants to call me Poppy.
It's personal preference, I suppose, but I feel more comfortable with the Pappy. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I guess I'm the crypto boomer, so Pappy. For those who aren't, I don't know if it's a English slang. It's an American English slang, but Pappy is like slang for grandpa, like an old man. So I'll take it. I'll be the old man.
Nice.
They've been calling
gentlemen,
me the old man in the community.
Yes.
They started calling me grandpa.
Well, gentlemen, I think so. It is 12:04. Shall we officially kick this thing off?
Yeah, let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
Well, welcome to the Numis meeting number 7. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, but the main topics in this meeting will be the referral bounties and the audit updates. But before we get into that, let's just do a little bit of a market recap. So, to no one's surprise, I'm assuming, because you're all crypto traders, Bitcoin, ETH, larger crypto markets, equities, everything's down. We could try to oversimplify it by simply saying that the risk appetite's dropping a little bit while the US dollar is finding some short-term strength. A lot of analysts are saying that this is probably a short-term move. They're watching the US Fed and the Chinese economy, both probably foremost, those two, for a hint of how the remaining quarter of this year is going to look, from a macro picture. And that's really going to dictate how speculative markets respond. There's a little bit of fear that the Chinese economy is not doing as well as forecasted. So if the U.S. comes out, say, in September to show similar economic data, then we may see a little bit more downside in crypto and equities and everything else. Looking at good or at least neutral news, in my opinion, the ETH merge, which is one of the prevailing trends that's driving the bullishness of Ethereum and DeFi and Ethereum markets. The merge is still on schedule. Looking at Bitcoin, we are seeing some good narratives and some good news coming out of this bear market. For example, the largest fund in the world, BlackRock, saying that they're now supportive of Bitcoin and they are going to give exposure to their richer investors. That's a big deal. These are technically, they technically control more money than any other non-government entity in the world. And they were really critical of Bitcoin for many, many years, and by extension, crypto. So for them to come out now and say, hey, we're going to start giving that exposure to our clients is a really big deal. Mt. Gox, some of you may have seen in social media posts about Mt. Gox, which is that former large exchange that got hacked years ago for thousands and thousands of Bitcoin. They're finally paying the remaining Bitcoin that they have to their former customers as part of a legal settlement. Now, some people are worried that Bitcoin is going to hit the markets and dump and drive down the price of crypto. We'll tell you the reason it's almost definitely not going to do that, and that it's a non-issue, is because they have the option to cash out into US dollar. They have the option to cash out into fiat currency. They don't have to get the Bitcoin and sell it on the market. They can just get dollars. So me personally, I think the team, we're not concerned about that. Looking at now some of the news to keep an eye on, like I said, economic data in China, I would definitely watch that. I would be monitoring the OFAC sanctions. So there was the sanctions recently on Tornado Cash. Now this is an ambiguous regulatory area, so we don't know exactly where that's going to go next. Unpredictability, unknowns, that scares markets sometimes. So keeping tabs on that. Keeping tabs on the US dollar index, DXY. That is seeing a rally for the first time since early July. Now, I suspect it's going to continue its downtrend, but there are a lot of factors here, and it could continue to rise. In general, when you see the US dollar gaining strength, you see a risk-off attitude in speculative markets. Generally, crypto will drop when the dollar rises. And then just looking at Ethereum and Bitcoin, looking at the momentum is a kind of indicator of the health of the market. It did show that the bulls were exhausted. The market was overbought, which means typically that you're going to have to see a few days to a few weeks where the market rests, where the bulls recover, where the price drops a bit until we tap into enough liquidity and we get enough buyers to start driving the price up again. And the Noom token is generally tracing with the market, with Ethereum, which isn't a bad thing right now, because most of the market is. What we wouldn't want to see is an outsized response where Noom drops harder than ETH. But right now, what we're seeing is a fairly equivalent reaction to the current macro picture following ETH up and down. So with that said, Mister, do we want to move on to our first topic, unless you gentlemen have anything to add to the market update?
Yeah, no, thanks, Pap. I think I do have something. I do have two things to add. I think really, really good analysis that as usual, coming from you, Mr. Pap. I think it's really interesting to see kind of the pushback against some of the regulatory moves that we're seeing in North America, right? Like you also have Vitalik kind of supporting just an community pushback against some regulations happening in Canada. You do see a bit of a movement here in the U.S. against the OFAC sanctions against Tornado Cash, right? So I think it's interesting that we are in this still kind of gray area, like what you were saying, Pap, right? It's a little bit of an ambiguous move that the OFAC made, but it's good to see that there is pushback now, right? There are challenges out there, just kind of questioning whether it's the constitutionality of it or the due process was followed in that sanction being levied against the Tornado Cash smart contracts. I think it's really interesting to see that the community is actually acting as a community, right? Because we're so used to a lot of for lack of a better term, there's a good amount of hate out there. There's some haterade out there, sometimes kind of going, cross communities and folks kind of backing their own bets and belittling others for whatever reason. But it's good to see that there is this one thing that is starting to unify all these various communities, right? And I think that's great for the space overall. And the second thing I want to say was, yes, it's great that we are tracking ETH price action. I think it's only a matter of time, as soon as we start kicking off some marketing for our next major milestone product launch, which we'll talk to in just a second. But, hopefully we do get back to that position that we were in a couple of weeks ago, where we were greatly outperforming ETH, right? And so to that, I just want to add excuse me, the price that we're seeing on the Noom token right now, yes, we are tracking ETH and we are a bit down. But what's really interesting is, guys, just check the charts. Just wait for the various organic buyback mechanisms, right? We do have our reflections tax, and some of that tax is routed into going into the LP, and some of it is, carved off to go send Noom to every Noom holder. Those mechanics, there's a little bit of a lag, but once those mechanics kick in, we should see a little recovery in our price. So that's only a matter of time. So, sit tight. We're basically in a neutral position right now, and we'll definitely be coming back in terms of price action, not too long from now. So yeah, I just wanted to add that, Mr. Pep.
Yeah, that's a good clarification. I know I'm so focused on the big picture, but yes, we were drastically outperforming Ethereum for a good part of the past couple months, and right now it's more of a neutral state, which I'm happy with. Right, you can't always be only up, so it's good. We're just prepping for the next big thing, right?
Yes, sir. The next big thing. And before we get to the next big thing, though, I was hoping we could talk about the next couple smaller things that we have on the plate. Not to say that they're small or insignificant, but definitely not at the level of a major product release, right? But I mean, we do have some good updates. Maybe is it time to talk to those updates now?
Sure. Yeah, let's
Aw-
do it.
Awesome. So, shout out to Jake. I don't know if Jake is listening, but he definitely posed that question maybe it was 2 meetings ago, asking about a referral bounty program, right? And at that time, we were actually actively building the program out and setting up the infrastructure and getting the processes in place. And at that time, we weren't ready to talk about it, right? And he asked the question, so we gave a little bit of alpha, and it turns out, hey, yes, it is coming, and it's not too long from that point in time when Jake had asked that question. And fast forward to today. So the update that I want to give is yes, our referral bounties are live, right? Our referral partner program you can actually get to by just going on NumisMe.io, and there is a link to the partner program right on that page. And you can find it in our Discord. Just hit us up if you can't find the link in the Discord or the Telegram. We're happy to share with you the link to the page. But what's most important about the referral program page is that you sign up, right? You click that link to the Google form and you sign up. It's basically just the first step that helps us get in touch with you and get that conversation started and start to onboard any interested potential partners, into the program so that we can educate you on how the program works, give you a brief overview, and just kind of hold hands a little bit over what the value propositions are for NumisMe, and most importantly, how you should be talking about us to your potential referrals, right? To your, whether it's friends and family, or it's your business contacts, or maybe it's other communities that you're in, other crypto communities, other DeFi projects even that you might be a part of and active in. These are all the types of folks that we're looking to talk to. And just at a real high level, the way this program works is we are offering a referral bounty as an incentive for you, for everybody listening live now, for anybody listening on the recording, for everybody in our community, and even folks that are not currently in our community. We're offering anybody that's interested in helping us capture TVL, we're offering up to a 1% referral bounty. So what that means is, as you go out there and you talk to folks, right? I would imagine a lot of folks already in the community are already, and we've heard anecdotes, right, on past Newman's meetings and certainly in the Discord and Telegram. We know you guys and gals are talking to everyone, right? Your neighbors, your friends and family, maybe it's your coworkers, or like we were saying, your other crypto projects that you might be in. You're already talking about NumisMe, right? And talking about the vision and the value propositions that we bring to not just DeFi, but to the real world commerce space, right? Well, we're saying, hey, you're already doing this. Let us incentivize you. So the way this works is when you onboard with us, we get some little bit of information from you. We start putting you into we have a little bit of a tracker, and we'll get to know you, get to understand who you're interested in talking to. And what we offer is if any of your contacts come in to our vaults, right? It actually doesn't even matter if it's the ETH vault or the USD vault or the Frax vault. We're offering up to a 1% bounty on every deposit that comes in through you, right? Now, we are actually exploring using a referral code, but because the program is just, it is small enough right now that it is manageable from a manual standpoint. So we don't need to do referral codes, but that is why it's so important that if you are interested in earning that extra 1% for all the vault deposits that you bring us, that the application process is how we get to know you, how we start to assign those leads that you bring us to you, right? So it is a bit of a manual process, but we like it because we get to know you better, right? And so the second part of this update is, you know, we've already kicked off and we're starting to talk to different projects. We're talking to whale groups. We're talking to private wealth groups, whether they're crypto or fiat, focused. And it's the initial success and the conversations we've already started is super promising. Right. So, I'm super excited that we're already off to a great start. This program is like super new, super fresh, and we already have folks coming in, already onboarded, and already actively pitching out there. Right. And we've already gotten these leads and we're already getting these meetings and having these conversations. And that just really, for me, just kind of proves that there is not just demand for this program, but there's demand out there, right? For folks that have idle capital, there is that desire out there for them to, find a place to put their idle capital to work. And what better place than our vaults, right? So again, if you bring us any vault vault deposits, we'll give you up to 1%, and we can get into the specifics of how that's paid out and when that's paid out, when you do fill out that form and we do reach out to you and start that onboarding process. But essentially what it means is for every $100,000 that you bring in as vault deposits, you get $1,000 paid out to you, right? And it's a pretty simple system, but just think of it at scale. You bring in 10 deals worth $100,000, you're at $1 million in total TVL, total vault deposits, and that works out to 10 grand, right? And that just scales linearly. So we just want to put that out there. We want to make sure everybody is aware. We want to make sure that everybody has a chance to participate. But the purpose of this update is to just kind of, I guess, share the team's excitement for how well the program is already progressing. Right. And I don't want to put any deals at risk, but for folks that are paying attention to our TVL, you may have noticed a slight little bump recently. We are expecting a pretty sizable bump in the not too distant future. Like I said, I don't want to put any current deals that are on the table at risk, but I can say, things are looking promising. So keep track of our TVL, and we'll be making more noise around the partner program pretty soon, actually. So keep an eye out for that. But please, if you are interested, again, come sign up, come talk to us. If you need to message any of us or the mods, any of the team in general, to get the link, don't hesitate to do that. We're more than happy to share. But yeah, it's off to a great start, and just wanted to let everybody know, we are open for business on the referral partner program.
Yeah, not just that. We're actually going to be expanding the Board Bull Club for those who are actively in it. You know what I'm talking about. If you're not in it yet, we will be publishing some more information. But also, I should give a shout out to those Aaron, you and some of the gang that have been pretty active on that side of the community. A big thanks. It's always fun to have those little kind of inside clubs in a community. It's open to anyone. You just have to ask.
Yeah, I see a lot of those people in here right now. A lot of our core community members.
Yes, and that's always so good to see. So again, to everybody that's listening live, yes, yep, a little clap emoji, totally. Thank you. You as a group represent some of our most diehard community members, and I think it'll be really interesting to see how the community grows with your help, right, going forward. So yeah, just big thanks for all the engagement and all your support.
All right. So what do we have next, sir?
Actually have a project update for everyone. So we have been operating the LP Double Up program as a beta, right? And it's been a private invite only program, and it offers folks that are interested a chance to effectively double their LP position by just bringing us whatever ETH you have, and instead of splitting half your ETH into the Noom token and then going into the liquidity pool on Uniswap, it's the program that offers you a 100% match against your ETH. So you just bring us 10 ETH, and we'll give you 10 ETH worth of Noom to put into the liquidity pool, and with that, you can earn against a 20 ETH value of your liquidity pool position. That's how you can essentially earn your rewards at double the rate. Now, so the update here is that we kicked off a smart contract audit, right? So the LP Double Up program is operated by a smart contract like everything else we do, right? And that ensures that your funds are not custodied, and that ensures that no human has access to those funds. By the and that is where we bring that peace of mind, right, for our investors. By the same token, there needs to be the peace of mind that the smart contract is secure, is bug free, is adhering to all of the not just standard security practices, but is also free of any potential exploits, right? And so the update here is from the team to all of you is we're happy to say that the audit is going really well, and we are seeing basically no results. And in this world, it's kind of like golf, right? The lower, the less you have in terms of score, the better you're doing. So, we aren't seeing any critical results. We're not seeing any intermediate results. We are seeing a couple low severity issues. And of those low severity issues, about half of them are invalid, and we won't even need to address those. And we'll be working with our audit firm to potentially even remove those from the audit report. But all that process is going well. There are no critical issues found. So we're really proud of the fact, and shout out to our dev team, right? Frank and Gaines and they do fantastic work on smart contracts. And I think the results of this audit just kind of maybe not prove, but it lends a little bit more credence to how good they are, right? That we aren't finding any exploitable bugs in the smart contract currently, and we're not even finding any medium, severity results. Everything is kind of just categorized into that informational, findings, results on the audit, and some things that, might be considered low severity that won't impact anything other than potentially a little bit extra gas. But we think that one finding is invalid. But yeah, so we're reviewing the audit currently. We are working with our auditor, and we'll have the results for that pretty soon. And as soon as we finish this process, right, if it does require us to patch the smart contract in some way, we'll make sure to do that, and make sure that we're super tight and comfortable before we release the program out of beta stage. And so what that means is there will be no more need to apply. There's no more need to onboard with us through the manual process and have us whitelist you into the program. We're going to remove all those barriers, right? So we're opening it up to the whole world as kind of this innovation within the DeFi space to allow everybody to basically double their earnings when they stake their LP tokens, rather than go directly into Uniswap and get your LP tokens and bring it to us. Just deposit it through us, right? We'll handle creating the LP tokens for you. We'll double your LP position, and that allows you to earn your Noom at double the rate as if versus if you just went into the regular liquidity pool. So yeah, that's a fun update. I hope everybody else is just as happy. It's the problem with one of these kinds of Twitter spaces, Mr. Pepe, is like you just don't get that like real time audience reaction. You can't hear folks, and you can't, the only thing we got are these emojis and reactions. But hopefully everybody's as excited as I am, and hopefully you guys are as well as part of the team. It's a great validation of all the hard work we put into, and just the approaches we take to being security minded first, and then user experience second, and then we deploy.
Yep, I agree. The there's something about social media. I love it. I love it as a platform to meet people from all over the world. But man, it'd be great if we could actually like see each other, maybe high five.
Well, high five for you then, sir. One day, right? We'll have our
Virtual.
NumisMeeting Summit in 2023, maybe, and maybe we can have our own, NumisMeeting Town meetups at some point.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. We do. We should host a NumisMeeting conference, maybe New York or Paris or something. I like this.
Yes. I mean, hey, why limit it to there? I mean, hey, the world is our oyster, right? But I mean, first, let's focus on revenue. Let's make sure that we're in a good spot and we're not celebrating just for the sake of celebrating. Let's make sure that everybody's in a much better position, that everybody's portfolios have grown to a size where it truly is worth celebrating, right? And let's do that for the community. I'm really excited. Let's maybe, we're giving a little bit too much alpha at this point, just on some internal conversations around this. But, another little update for everyone, when we do get to the point where we have our meetups and or a conference, wherever in the world we may be, maybe it's in multiple places over multiple events. One of the things that we're going to need is merch, right? We're going to need some merchandise, right? Because you're going to need shirts. You're going to need whether it's a hoodie or a hat, or maybe it's a hip bag. For folks that are a little bit older, like perhaps me and Mr. Pappy. We used to call them fanny packs, but I don't think that's cool anymore. So we call them hip packs, I think. But maybe not. I'm just not cool enough to know anymore. But we may be making some of those. But the little update on that is we've kicked off merch production. So we have started our initial run of hoodies. And what we're doing is we're just doing them at a small scale. We're just delivering to a few team members right now just to test the quality of the print, the quality of the textiles themselves, the actual fabric. And if we're happy with it, that's when we're going to start opening up these pieces of merch to the rest of the community as kind of a special thank you for different kinds of and maybe I'm giving too much alpha again, Mr. Pat, but we are trying to give these out as kind of special thank yous to certain community members for whatever activities that they're doing or whatever actions they take to support the community. Am I saying too much, Mr. Pap, or is that okay?
No, no.
Yeah.
What's up, Aaron?
No, I disagree with you, Pop. That's not alpha at all. That's just some good stuff to look forward to. That I would kind of assume from any awesome community and project is doing something like that in the future.
Yes. So keep an eye out for the merch. As soon as we're happy with it, we'll start sharing. But you should all have a pretty good idea at this point, especially the hardcore community members that are listening to the call right now. Right, the design contest is where we're getting the designs to put onto all this merch. So you'll have a rough idea of what it looks like, and then hopefully soon you'll have some in your hands.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I love me a nice hoodie, especially when at least in this hemisphere it's is about to start cooling off. Winter's not too far away.
Oh, winter is already here in some ways, it seems. In the crypto space, at least, right? But yes, exactly. The weather's going to be cooling down soon, and so hopefully we can get the hoodies out there for folks in colder climates for sure.
Yep. So let's see. We covered the referral bounties. We covered the audit updates. We covered the swag. What else do we have?
I think that's actually it. It's a bit of a shorter update for this week. I want to avoid talking about PayMe because we do have some updates that maybe we'll share next week. Well, yeah, I'll keep that under wraps for now. But I think that pretty much does it for updates today. Do we want to move on to Q&A, sir?
Sure. Yeah. Let's do it.
Awesome. It looks like Crypto Birdie. You have your request, and you are now a speaker, sir. And King, you'll be next. We see you requesting. We'll just do it one at a time for now. But yeah, Crypto Birdie, what's up?
Oh man, I actually didn't even have a question. I must have asked for something. My bad about that.
Oh, it's great to hear your voice. No worries. Do you have a question? Do you have a comment or anything you want to say? As long as you got the stage right now.
Honestly, I just love what you guys are doing. I've been following you guys since day one, since the launch, and like I'm just so excited about what you guys are bringing to the market and to everybody that has access to it. And we just really appreciate all the hard work you guys are doing. So thank you very much. And NumisMe to the top, baby. NumisMe to the top.
Yeah.
Nice. Love those kinds of comments. Thank you, sir. It sounds like your kid is also very excited for NumisMe. So great. Thanks for speaking up. I'm gonna take speaker rights away from you and give them to King Levite. 1 second. Add a speaker. Okay. King Levite, it looks like you're connecting. You have speaker rights, sir.
Hey, King.
Sure, Mr. Papi, how you doing? Yo, Aaron, how you doing,
Good,
brother?
sir.
All right, so about the referral bounties and audits. There's one more. You didn't talk about the meme contest. I was still expecting a reply from that one.
Yes, that's a good. We were talking about that, so we're having a hard time picking our favorites, but we do have to decide today. So we'll post. Look for later today. We're gonna post up the winners.
Oh wow, that's awesome. And then there's something I really love about New. I don't know if I can give a comment. I love the way it's unique, it stands out amidst others. Amidst others. Upon the blockchain, the Ethereum bluffing, I've seen a favorite currently, which is NumisMe. I don't brag about it. I told Aaron last night, if I'm not mistaken, I told him how the fact that I love the uniqueness of the project. Because I've had a lot of comment from Brian, from Anti Rugas. They don't seem to get the idea behind the project, but it's a very unique one. Upon the blockchain, Ethereum also makes it much more unique. So I want to comment the team about this. Thank you very much for bringing up this idea. Thank you very much. And then we see NumisMe at the top.
I
Yeah.
love it. Always glad to have you, man. And we've had some good conversations. It's nice. It's nice to know that the people here that are really big parts of our community, that they genuinely see what we're doing, like appreciate the efforts that the team is putting in on their side, and also taking it into their own hands to be a part of that success. So we're really just honestly, dude, it's stoked to have you. Really, really happy. Everybody here, man. You're all our core folk.
Yeah, well said, Aaron. And I think to just kind of top that off, thank you for the kind words. And you are one of our diehard supporters, so it feels really good to continue to see you so engaged in the community and contributing and participating in spaces. We love to hear your voices, right? And to your point about some folks maybe not getting it, that is something that we're actively thinking about right now, because what we do at the highest level is pretty simple, right? Because it is just about using our mobile app with our patent pending IP, right? The technology that powers the mobile app to be able to digitize your change at that point of sale, right? And get that electronic cash into the app, at which point you can then use that to onboard into the Noom token, right? Go use your electronic cash to buy some Noom, or maybe it's to go into our DeFi savings account, right? At the highest level, the large vision that we have, that's pretty simple, right? But the thing is, right now, we don't have the app available because it is in development. So our messaging right now is a little bit complicated because we are talking about core DeFi utility, right? And the DeFi products that we have, as much as we focus on a seamless user experience, the ideas behind them, right, and the concepts and sometimes the words can be a little bit complex, and it's not going to necessarily instantly create that light bulb moment for everybody. So to that point, we've been thinking about this, and we are working on different ways of creating whether it's infographics or videos, just content in general, right? Even blog posts and Twitter threads to help educate, right? And help really make it a little bit more clear on what we're trying to do. Because what we're doing right now is we are standing up the foundation, right? We are building the foundation upon which the mobile app will plug into and be able to scale us to that final vision. But the problem right now, again, is that this DeFi infrastructure that we're building, the foundation, the yield engine that we're creating now, is a little bit of a more complicated set of value propositions, a little bit more of a complicated set of products to use, certainly. So yeah, we are thinking through ways to make that a little bit easier to understand for as many people as possible. So yeah, no, thank you for that feedback, King Levit. I think that's really,
Yeah, thank you very
that's
much. Thank you very
yeah.
much.
No, thank
Because I
you.
was expecting to ask for a video, and then while he shared the video, I was like, wow, I was expecting that also. So expecting that. No problems.
Yes.
It's not complicated that much. We will understand it as long as we get the hang of it through maybe videos, tweets, blogs. You get my point. Thank you very much, man.
Yes. Oh no, thank you. And yep, video is coming. We're actually taking it back to production. The video was technically done, but there was a mistake in the voiceover, so we need to re-record that voiceover. So the video is going to be coming soon, and that is largely thanks to you pushing on that, sir. So thank you again for all the feedback over all these Numis meetings.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Do we have any other questions? Don't be shy, y'all. Any questions or any comments? More than welcome to give us pats on the back. We don't turn those away. But hey, Pap, Aaron, are we seeing any comments or questions from Discord or Telegram, guys?
No, I don't think I've seen any. Nope.
Yeah, no, I mean most people are they're here. Most of our question askers.
Awesome. Well, we'll get this recording posted up as soon as we can. We're optimizing our production workflow for these recordings, so we'll be doing them more quickly, more timely as time goes on, and we're pretty much at the final version of our process. So we'll be getting this recording up soon, so everybody else can listen. But yeah, maybe we should end it there and just kind of cap it off with, if anybody is interested, please do apply to the referral partner program. You do get that up to 1% referral bounty on all vault deposits that come in through you. And I think I did forget to mention, don't worry about having to handle all the pitching, right? We just need you to bring us folks that we can talk to. We can close them and make them feel comfortable in any way that they need to feel comfortable before they do invest in us. And while we'll do the legwork and we'll close them, if we do close them and you brought them to us, that is your referral bounty. It is not ours, right? So I just want to cap off with that. And yeah, wish everybody a great weekend. I know Mr. Pap's going to have an awesome weekend for sure. And a happy Friday to everyone.
Yep. Happy Friday, everyone. Have a good one.
Yeah.
All right. See you next time.